Hi guys, and welcome to another mileage test on MotorBeam. This is the all-new Hyundai Verna and I have the 1.5 MPI IVT variant with me. I have filled up the tank of this car and we are now going to try this on the new Delhi-Jaipur Expressway and do a proper mileage test. So yeah, let's get started. The Verna has eco, normal and sport driving modes, but I'll drive the car in normal mode for this test. AC will be on throughout, and on the expressway we will maintain speeds of 100 to 110 because the speed limit is 120. So I've completed 50 kilometers on the Gurgaon-Mumbai Expressway and the road is fantastic, the car is also fantastic. First impressions काफ़ी अच्छे हैं गाड़ी के, चलने में काफ़ी बढ़िया है गाड़ी. इसकी हैंडलिंग मुझे न्यूट्रल लगी, ज़्यादा फीडबैक रिच नहीं है स्टीयरिंग इसका, और स्लाविया और वर्टिस में आई थिंक ज़्यादा एंगेजिंग एक्सपीरियंस आपको मिलता है, लेकिन ओवरऑल चलने में काफ़ी प्लेजेंट है गाड़ी. पुरानी वर्ना के कंपैरिजन में देयर इज़ अ ह्यूज इंप्रूवमेंट. द एनवीएच लेवल्स आर नाइस, द कंफर्ट लेवल्स आर नाइस, द राइड क्वालिटी इज गुड एंड ओवरऑल द कार हैज़ अ वेरी प्लेजेंट वाइब टू इट. द MPI इंजन इज़ अ नोन इंजन, बहुत जाना पहचान इंजन है, हम लोग ने बहुत पहले भी चलाया, काफ़ी बार वर्ना में, क्रेटा में भी चलाया है. तो इट इज़ अ रिफाइंड इंजन, इट इज़ वेरी साइलेंट एंड इट हैज़ decent punch for the city as well as on the highway. The MID on the car is showing 15.4 kilometers per liter now. हम लोग ने थोड़ा ट्रैफिक में चलाया, थोड़ा सिटी में भी चलाया इसके पहले. So that's about it. We'll go straight on the expressway. We'll take a long round and then come back and I'll give you the next update after another 50 kilometers. So I've completed 100 kilometers on the Verna IVT and the MID is showing 17.5 kilometers per liter. इसका जो ARA claimed mileage है ये वाली variant का MPI IVT का, that is 19.6 kilometers per liter. So we are not too far off and overall I think driving experience काफ़ी pleasant रहा है. ये गाड़ी में आपको level 2 ADAS मिल जाता है, तो कई सारे ADAS features है और we tried some of them on the highway over here and they worked well. I think they are calibrated very nicely for Indian conditions, but of course this is a properly marked highway, so you have all the proper lane markings over here, all the speed markings are also there, so of course it works nicely over here. But the real test will be in crowded cities and over there I don't trust ADAS in any car, so that is there. Regarding the audio system, this one has a Bose infotainment system, so you get 8 speakers, 4 speakers in basically 1 speaker in each door. You get 2 front tweeters, 1 subwoofer at the back and 1 central speaker in the dashboard. Sound quality is decent, it is not the best. At full volume the clarity could have been slightly better. At mid volume the clarity is amazing and you really enjoy listening to music in this. And apart from that, I think the ride quality is good. It is much better than the previous Verna, but somehow there is a certain amount of body movement in the car even when you go straight. So there just a few days back I drove the Honda City and somehow I feel that the City feels a little more planted, a little more stable, but the Verna is definitely quite impressive so far. So I'll give you the next update at 150 kilometers where again I'll tell you some more things about the Verna, and finally at 200 kilometers we'll find out what is the exact mileage of this car. So as I mentioned before, the Verna has level 2 ADAS and the features work decently well. So let's try the lane departure warning and the lane keep assist feature. So I'll leave my hand from the steering wheel and the car is maintaining itself in the middle of the lane. And now the thing is that अगर आपने बहुत टाइम तक हाथ छोड़ दिया स्टीयरिंग से तो इसमें वार्निंग आ जाती है कि प्लीज़ कीप योर हैंड ऑन द स्टीयरिंग व्हील एंड द सिस्टम स्टार्ट्स बीपिंग. मीनवाइल इफ आई ट्राई टू पुल द कार आउटसाइड द लेन इट अगेन कम्स इनसाइड ऑन इट्स ओन. तो ये फीचर अच्छे से चल जाता है. एज यू कैन सी द कार इज कीपिंग इटसेल्फ इन द मिडल ऑफ द लेन. ये फीचर अच्छा है. एडाप्टिव क्रूज कंट्रोल ऑल्सो आई ट्राइड बट समहाउ आई कुड नॉट गेट टू मेक इट वर्क प्रॉपर्ली. मीनवाइल ऑल द अदर फीचर्स ऑल्सो हैव बीन वर्किंग फाइन. द रियर क्रॉस ट्रैफिक अलर्ट वर्क्स वेल व्हेन यू आर रिवर्सिंग फ्रॉम अ टाइट स्पॉट. And the forward collision warning system also works well, especially in crowded areas. But again, you have to be super duper careful because if the car just suddenly stops itself, there is a chance of someone rear-ending telling you, and this can happen in any ADAS enabled car. So this is there, you have to get used to the ADAS features. Apart from that, that's about it. If the roads are good, these features actually aid towards your comfort. The lane features, the lane keep features actually work quite well. So आपके comfort के लिए अच्छा है, लेकिन you cannot rely on them completely. Just don't leave your hand all the time and keep driving. You have to keep your hands on the steering wheel और आपको alert रहना है. Just completed 150 kilometers on the auto, and the MID is showing 17.9 kilometers per liter, so that is quite good. And if I talk about the real world performance of the MPI engine, this is a decent engine if you just want to cruise around. Okay, the IVT has a rubber band effect, but I think this is slightly better than the CVT which is offered by Honda on the city. The MPI engine has decent punch, but of course the turbo is on another level. So if you want to have fun behind the wheel of the Verna, you want to push the car hard, you want quick acceleration, get the turbo. If you are a slow driver, if you drive in a very relaxed manner, and if your driving is going to be mostly in the city, or you're just going to do long distances on the highway at 80 to 100 kilometers per hour, getting the MPI makes sense. If you want thrill, if you want fun, get the turbo. And if I have to compare the Verna to the city, the Slavia and the Virtus, I'll just sum it up in a bit. The Slavia and the Virtus, they feel more engaging to drive. They have better handling, they have better body control, and again the 1.5 turbo on those cars is on another level. The DSG is also very nice on those cars. If I compare the Verna to the city is again a no-nonsense car. It is not very fancy. It has lesser features compared to the Verna. It does not have a turbo engine, but yeah, the 1.5 NA is better than the 1.5 MPI, and the city also has a hybrid which no car in the segment has. So the city may not be fancy, but it is still sensible. The Virtus and the Slavia are more fun to drive, but again they have less features compared to the Verna. The Verna is the only car in the segment to have ADAS level 2. City has ADAS level 1.5. So overall, the Verna is trying to be everything that the rivals are. It is trying to be no nonsense like the city. It is trying to be powerful. It is actually more powerful than the Virtus and the Slavia, and in terms of features, it just tops in its segment. So all these things are good. Now let's check out the rear seat experience. Finally seated in the rear seat of the Verna, और experience जो है काफ़ी improve हो चुका है compared to the previous Verna. Knee room is definitely much better than the previous Verna. Headroom भी काफ़ी improve हो चुका है. That one had very limited headroom, and the wide window also adds a sense of airiness to the cabin of the car. You get rear AC vents. Sadly, you don't get a middle headrest over here, but you get this nice armrest with 2 cup holders, and the comfort levels are decent. I mean, the backrest angle is very good. The squab is nice. Under thigh support could have been slightly better for taller people like me. So I say this in almost every car. So this is a concern for me over here also. And getting in and out is neutral, I would say. It is not very easy, and of course not very difficult also, but because of the low slung nature of the car, and because of that only itself, it is slightly cumbersome to get out of the car or get in the car if you are a bit on the heavier side. This is somewhere I think the Honda City scores slightly better, and even the Virtus and the Slavia score better. The Verna has the longest wheelbase in its segment, so that is definitely felt over here. And overall, I like the vibe over here. I mean, very few people used to use the previous Verna for chauffeur driven usage, but I think that number will also go up now. So yeah, decent experience over here. Definitely slightly more support from the seat would have been better. So now we are just about to reach the 200 kilometer mark. I think we are at 170 right now, and after that I'll again fill up the tank of this car, and then देखते हैं कि कितना mileage मिलता है MPI IVT से. So we are done with the mileage test of the Verna IVT. गाड़ी को 218 किलोमीटर चला है, 218 किलोमीटर्स, and we are back at the same fuel pump. गाड़ी को full tank वापस करवा लिया, and the car has taken 11.79 liters of petrol, amounting to rupees 1144.93, and the odometer has done 218. MID is showing 17.7 kilometers per liter. What is the real world mileage? We'll do 218 divided by 11.79, and we get 18.49 kilometers per liter. That is amazing, and it is actually a little bit more than what the MID showed, and a little less than the ARAI figure of the car. And what is the running cost? We'll do that also. 1144.93 divided by 218. and we have a running cost of 5.25 rupees per kilometer, which is quite value for money, very reasonable. Of course, the mileage depends on your driving style, on the road you're driving, city road, highway road, expressway, all that. But in today's test on this expressway, we got amazing mileage. So that's about it. What are your thoughts on the new Verna? Let us know in the comment section below. आपकी फेवरेट सी सेगमेंट सेडान कौन सी है? सिटी, वर्ना, स्लाविया, वर्टस? बताएं मुझे नीचे कमेंट सेक्शन में, और मैं मिलूंगा आपको अगले वीडियो में.